So let's try this again. South Africa have strengthened their chances for automatic qualifying with a victory over the Netherlands. It was an 8 wicket victory by South Africa, completely dominant performance, I would say. And I think a lot of you guys would also agree that it was a pretty decent performance from South Africa, from the bowling front, from the batting front. And today we're going to be obviously discussing everything that had to do with this match. But before we get going, before we get started, before my computer crashes again, I hope it doesn't, please subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to smash the like button, comment, and share. And also, don't forget to download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. The link is on the screen now as well as in the description. I also want you guys to please help us out by helping us promoting Grow South African Cricket by becoming a patron today. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. And like I said, you need to smash the like button as put a thumbs up on the video because that helps us get into the YouTube algorithms, etc. So please do that. Smash the like button. And also go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. I don't want to waste you guys' time anymore. I've let you guys wait around for long enough. Let's get straight into this review show. Let's get this discussion going. And let's talk about everything that has to do with this particular game. Hi, a very good evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with the second ODI between South Africa and the Netherlands. Now, you guys might think I made a mistake over there by me saying that this is the second ODI. It is the second ODI. And what happened was there was a match that was played back in November. The series was originally scheduled for November. And then what happened is COVID happened. We started the game, then it was postponed. It was called off. And that was the first game. So no result in that particular match. Going into this particular game now, it was postponed and pushed forward. And this was the second ODI. And that's why this is the second ODI. Now, let's just discuss what happened in this match. So the Proteas strengthened their chances of automatic qualification for the 2023 World Cup with a dominant 8-wicket win against the Netherlands. It was a straightforward victory from my perspective. I think from all of yours as well for the in Benoni. It was on a day that we all thought it was going to rain out, and South Africa's chances were going to be in big trouble. I mean, we looked at the clouds, and you could see the clouds in the sky. It was dark. It was murky. It looked like it was going to rain today. We looked at the. We also looked at the weather forecast, and it all showed something very, very sad for us all. We thought that this game was going to be rained out. Now, I did say on the preview show yesterday that you never know what's going to happen in the Highveld with regards to weather. Sometimes you'll find something that happens with regards to it will say that it's going to rain and then it doesn't at all. The same thing happened now. I wouldn't be surprised if it was raining 5 minutes after the game completed in Benoni. So we got to see a full game. South Africa won the toss. Temba Bavuma won the toss and elected to bat first. To bowl first. And what a performance by South Africa's bowlers. The Shams, he took 3 for 25. After all the criticism he's been getting, I think he deserves some plaudits for that. And then Sasanda Magala, 3 for 37. They were the top wicket takers. I was very happy with the team selection. It was very close to what I suggested. The only one that I said we should rather play is Bjorn Fortuin. I think that's a little bit towards my bias towards him. But you guys were right to say rather play the wrist spinner. A lot of you guys said rather play the wrist spinner because the wrist spinner is someone that can bring something different on this wicket and something that maybe the Netherlands are not used to facing. So I think that was a master stroke by Rob Walter and the selection panel to play Strabay Shamsi, and it paid off. Anik Nokia also claimed 2 for 24. Marka Janssen, what a performance from him today. He beat the bat so many times. Some beautiful swing he delivered. There was the one over where he had like four balls that just beat the bat completely and just missed the stumps. Phenomenal performance from him today. I think he really stepped up. He took 1 for 27, but he was very unlucky throughout the game, and I'm happy that he at least got a wicket. And then Aiden Markram took one for 30. He also bowled pretty well. And the Netherlands were all out for 189 in 46.1 overs. The chase was pretty simple. Although there were some question marks over Quinton de Kock's approach today, he really struggled again to get the ball out the square. He was dismissed for 9 of 21. Shortly after, he hit a beautiful straight drive down the ground and then he went out. Another problem was Rassie van der Dussen today. He also struggled. 31 of 41 balls. They didn't really look that good at the crease today. They looked like they were stuttering a bit. They looked like they were struggling. And it's not a good look, but I'm hoping that the pink day will wake them up and they'll be able to win us the game in that match. I think that would be good for some pressure to be off the captain and other people to perform in this match. I would like to see obviously Rassie, Aiden, the middle order, Moore, Klaas, and David Miller, all of them. I don't want wickets to fall. I want us to win quite convincingly, but it would be nice. In before we can talk about everything right now to predict things, I would say that it would be nice if we could see those players also win us a couple of games. Now, Captain Temba Bavuma was exquisite once again. He hit the winning boundary and ended with 90 not out, while Aiden Markham complimented him brilliantly. On the other end, he finished with 39 ball 51. Bavuma hit 8 fours and a 6, while Markham just about matched him with 7 fours and a 6. Their partnership was 102 of 69 balls, and it was key to the comfortable victory. Now, where do we stand right now? What is the standings? How is everything sitting at the moment? This is the qualification log. Now, South Africa are currently on 88 points, equal to West Indies. And if they beat the Netherlands, they jump into the eighth position. Now, there is a couple of things there's a couple of permutations that we need to look out for. So the Proteas secured 10 points against the Netherlands to move up to 88 points ahead of Sri Lanka and level with West Indies. But another win puts them in the top eight. That is qualification spot. The Proteas then need to win their next game, and Ireland needs to lose one of their three matches against Bangladesh in May. Another way to qualify is if the Proteas have a better net run rate at the point, if Ireland manages to beat Bangladesh 3-0, which is highly unlikely, of course. So that's the standings currently, and that's the permutations of of this particular knockout. Now, I would like to see what you guys think about this. It was a great win for South Africa. It was a pressure victory. And on top of it, we saw Temba Bavuma um, ride a whole lot of criticism up to this point and again perform in a must win match. Brilliant performance from the captain. I have to give him plaudits for that. He was phenomenal today. He batted beautifully. He looked in amazing form. And I hope he can continue this form into the World Cup. I hope this is not a situation where he drops off form just before the World Cup. Now, let's see what some of you guys say. Kani says, Khalid, we need to change the batting lineup based on situation. I've been saying this for so long. I've been saying that our lineup needs to be a little bit more flexible. According to what the match situation is, when you lose certain wickets, you can bring in other players instead. Now, Kani is suggesting if Quinton de Kock gets out, Aiden should come in at 3. And I don't mind that at all because you can see how Aiden is looking currently. Aiden is looking quite solid at the moment. So I like the way he approaches his game. I like how attacking he is. I like that he can adapt to whoever's the partner on the other end as well. Kanye also says, I don't want us to qualify for the World Cup directly. We need to go to the World Cup qualifiers and knock Netherlands out as a revenge for what they did to us in the T20 World Cup. No mercy. I think it would show more no mercy if we just completely smash the Netherlands in this particular series and then completely dominate them in the series. That's payback for me and automatic qualification. I think that some of these players need to go with fresh minds into the Australia series and then into the World Cup. Some of these players need some rest. Some of these players need to go and work on their mentality. I don't want us to be playing a whole lot of games going into the World Cup and messing around with our form, etc. I want and extra pressure being put on them. I want them to go clear their minds. I want them to go work on their mental strength. I want Rob to work on these players' mentalities so that we can really prepare ourselves for that World Cup and be ready for 2023 in India. Gaurav says KG has been really poor. Seriously, he has to be dropped or something has to happen. Not performing against the Dutch. Now, I've always been the person to say that I prefer no player to be undroppable. I want competitions for positions, and I want players to feel that they can be dropped. I think it gives you an extra mental edge. It gives everybody an extra mental edge going into this tournament. I don't want any complacency. I don't want people to feel safe. I want them to know that if they don't perform, that they won't get picked. And including KG. If he's not performing, drop him. We got Wayne Parnell. We've got Lungi Ngidi still there. So why not play them? When especially off the game that Ngidi had, I think Ngidi came back brilliantly in the previous match, and even against the West Indies, he played really well. So not in the previous match, sorry, against the West Indies, I think he played really well. So I think we should start rewarding good performances and good form. I think that's something that we need to do. There shouldn't be sentiment when it comes to picking players for World Cups. Gaurav says Quinton de Kock is also disappointing, doesn't perform in much must-win matches. He did perform against the West Indies in the second match, which was a must-win match, hitting 100. But you are right. There is a concern about him, particularly in World Cups. He doesn't really necessarily always perform well in World Cups. Issa played their whole WTC cycle between the first and the second ODI match of this series. It's incredible. Longest series till date. I think it's the longest series in history. DT says, told you Albanoni has tendency of being clear. You were 100% correct. And I said, and I second your sentiments as well. Guys, don't forget that there is a link in the live chat for you guys to obviously click in and call in on the show if you want to have a conversation with me too. I hope the coach doesn't rest anyone in the next match. It is not needed. I agree with you. Play your best 11. Maybe drop a couple of guys that haven't been performing too. Marco was sensational today, especially at the beginning. Deserved a lot more. Will do great in the future. He's my number 7, guys. I've said it for a while. I think he should be a number 7. I think his batting ability in the number 7 position is better than Wayne Parnell, for example. I like this lineup. I like the variations that we had. I know there's question marks over KG's form though, and if KG is not performing, we need to drop him so that he can also be aware that he's not irreplaceable in this team. Hey, bro, Khalid, nice to see you back after connection problems you had. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know what happened there. Guys, it was a whole process. I put on the stream, I went live. It started off well, then it started kicking, and I didn't know what was freezing. I had to delete that stream, delete all the promotions on social media, re upload everything, re add it into my report. It was a whole bloody nightmare. I was extremely upset and angry about it. But I calmed down, control my emotions and at least I was able to go live with you guys tonight because otherwise the second option would have been tomorrow. Because I'm actually aiming to do the pink ODI preview tomorrow morning at around about 10-11 o'clock. And also I would like to play you my interview with Rock Nation president um, as well because I had a chat with him yesterday before my preview show. So I would like to play you what he had to say ahead of the pink ODI. Our batter shot selection has improved since the Bangladesh series and using their feet well, apart from some guys, of course. So regardless of whether we win or not, we need Bangladesh to help us. Hey, Khalid, bro, we win. Yes, we did. Khalid, don't you think it's better that teams play the same amount of games for qualifying? Um, Yeah, I do. I would like to see a lot more equal games for everybody. Akona Kula says, wasn't this the first ODI, Khalid? I see you heading says second. No, it was the second ODI because the first ODI was in November. I don't know if you guys remember. COVID actually postponed the series. That game was a no result and it was rained out. It was part of the series. They postponed game 2 and game 3 till now. I know a lot of you guys might have forgotten that. So this is actually the second ODI. And the ODI at the Wanderers is actually the third one. Um, Hopefully we don't do anything silly in the next match. Cross fingers. KG needs some rest, says Wackers George. We've been saying that for a while, but he's just been off form. SM must not lose the second game. They must finish above the West Indies in terms of points. In case of a tie in points table, number of wins is taken into account, and West Indies have 9 wins. SA have 8 after today. Lungi in for Cody, for KG says Goraf. So if SA lose the next game, they finish below West Indies. That means SA will not directly qualify, regardless of what happens between Ireland and Bangladesh. Yes, that is true. Our, our batters need to stay alert during a winter period, even if it means getting help from legends like Rickelton did, and our bowlers, especially Nokia and KG, need to rest. It's true, DT. I feel when we haven't gotten any wicket in power play, then we should bring Anrich early. Sometimes Timber takes time to bring him in, which is true. I thought my phone was glitching, says DT. Yeah, bro, my whole computer was glitching. Dutch openers are their main players. Sooner we get them out, the better for us. It was crazy actually. I was watching the match and I was saying like these guys haven't. I think their average total as an opening partnership was like 35 or 36 or something. And I don't know why, but teams always manage to beat their personal best against us. If you look at the average of certain players in this particular match, they all went beyond it. That was crazy. Disappointed with Rassi isn't converting stats. The batting unit is slowly finding their groove and confidence. I think since Rob and Shukri took over, there is always a player with 100 or extremely close to 100 in a game. Superb, guys. Absolutely superb. And also, I love the fact that the way Shukri and Rob think about the game. They're very strong on the mental side of the game. They obviously make um, they put an emphasis on that heavily. I fear Cage is going to the same route as Dale Steyn as a limited overs bowler. He is struggling. Guys, I think this is the only period in Cage's life where he's not been at his best. So I do think we need to be a little bit more supportive of him and give him some, some love on social media to try and push him and motivate him and give him a chance to like get back into form again because all players will drop off form. Even the best of the best dropped off form before. The Temba haters is awfully quiet lately. 100%. Like this is why I try to be equal with my criticism. I mean, I've even criticized players that I like personally. Um, the only reason I used to defend Timba so much, you guys know it. I mean, social media is crazy. I mean, I post a picture of Timba Bavuma, or I have an article with Timba Bavuma's image in. Even after the hundreds that he's been scoring lately, there's a person that comments every single time. He averages every single time that we have a particular post with Timba, he says Captain Dak Pavuma. That's every single post on Facebook. So like these guys in that have their agendas against Timba. That's crazy that they still that they still think like that. That's actually quite shocking. And especially, oops, subscribe guys to the channel. I pressed that by mistake, but subscribe to the channel. Especially when his stats have been absolutely incredible. I think his average is now above 50, which is incredible in about 25 games, I think it is. You guys can go check that up on. Um, you guys can check that out to see if I'm right about that on Click Info. I'm not actually. I don't have Click Info open with me right now to double check that, but I think from the last post I saw that Temba has an average of 50 now. I'm just trying to find a graphic for you guys that I want to show you. Where it's safe to now. Everything's going whack today. What's going on? Um, Let me just try to find this image. Let's read some of the comments along while this thing is loading. Um, what is the weather update for the third match? It looks like a scorcher and dry weather, but like you said like I said in the why I felt you never know. I think coaches need to have a talk with KG. What is the issue? I think the coaches did speak to KG. From what I know personally, I think they did speak to him, but it's up to him now to perform. At the end of the day, you can't just talk to the guy and expect him just to perform. Sometimes he needs to actually do something on his own to try and get um, himself into form again. Where is this image? Like I copied it twice. Here we go, found it. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. It's pretty impressive indeed. Um, Hi, the current comment. Cool. This is Temba's record in 2023. Five matches, 383 runs, 150, 200s, an average of 95.75, and a strike rate of 113, and a best of 144 versus the West Indies in East London. There's no criticism for Temba at the moment. And if you do have criticism against Temba, then you obviously have an agenda against him. There shouldn't be any questions about him in Test cricket and in this particular format in the ODIs. There shouldn't be anything about him. Aditya still saying that Markram should bat at 3. SA is messing up with Markram's record. It will be good for SA only. What's happening to Rassi? I can't put my finger on it, guys. Rassi hasn't looked his best. He's been struggling a lot recently in all formats. So it is a bit of a worry for me. And if need be, Aiden can bat at 3, if need be. I see Aiden opening for us with Temba, says Wackers George. If Quinny continues this particular performances and inconsistency, we're going to be forced into that. Neil Govender saying there's no balance in Temba argument. Temba is not a cricket great, but neither is he useless. He deserves his place in a not so great SA team. I wouldn't agree that this is not such a great SA team. I just think they need to find consistency, these players, and believe in themselves. That's a very important thing. Markram is becoming Yuvraj Singh of South Africa, a perfect spin bowling all-rounder with pure batting. Aditya, your love for Aiden is ridiculous. The Proteas need KG. He has the pedigree and he will be the key in India. I mean, that's the thing about KG and these X Factor players. You're hoping that they're going to come off in matches. Markram as an all-rounder has a better stats than Moeen Ali. Crazy. We need a quick, fiery KG in all formats of the game. Unfortunately, he's been average in limited overs cricket of late. 100% true. Bradman who? Temba better. Score up. Neil Governor sends ridiculous arguments from Khalid. You randomly took positive stats and displayed them, which proves nothing. Lack of objectivity. What are you talking about? I just showed the stats that they showed on Supersport, just to show you what he's been doing in 2023. I mean, if you still want to say what you're saying about Temba Bavuma and you have an agenda against Temba in this format, I'll pull up his stats in ODI cricket in general. If you still think that he's not good enough for this format, Temba in ODI cricket is averaging 54 in 25 games at a strike rate of 92, 400s and 350s. So, what more do you want Temba to do? Average 90 before you agree that he's good enough for this team? I don't know. I don't think that's a ridiculous argument at all, bro. Khalid, read my comment on. I did read your comment on Yuvraj Singh, Aditya. Khalid, do you think is a I didn't think he should bat in? Khalid, do you think Issa should bat in third ODI? If they win the toss? Oh, um, it depends on the wicket. Ultimately, for me, I can't tell you that up front. Um, I am not so 100% comfortable with the way our bowlers defend totals, particularly our death bowling. So I'd rather want us to chase. I feel more comfortable with us chasing at the moment, but it will all depend on the wicket. Pavuma is becoming consistent, but not to the level of Kohli. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. I never said so. I just think that he should get praise for being consistent. I want energies to match. When Temba wasn't doing so well, and when Temba was doing averagely, he was getting abuse and getting torn apart and getting said all these mean things about him. Now, when he does well, I just want to see the energies matched. Like, give him the equal credit and compliments when he does well to how you guys discriminate against him and go after him when he does poorly. So don't mix up the what you've seen from him in T20 cricket. He was never supposed to be a T20 cricketer. He was never supposed to play T20 cricket or captain the side even. He's a brilliant captain in my opinion. And I think that's what kept him in a T20 side. But as a batter in T20 cricket, he was nowhere near what we needed. But in ODI cricket, he hasn't disappointed. And in Test cricket, he hasn't disappointed. I mean, he scored two big hundreds in both formats. I think he should get a little bit of credit for that. I'm not saying that he's the finished product yet. I'm not saying that he's a Virat Kohli, but damn, he's been doing really well. And to 2023, he's been excellent. And that's why I wanted to pull up those stats to show you guys what he said. I'm disappointed that we don't take wickets in power play and concede with created pressure afterwards. We do. Guys, Temba proved he is our best ODI player at the moment. Simple. If we score above 300, then we will easily be able to defend it. That is also true. I mean, against Netherlands, maybe we can do that. Bat first, put on a massive total. See if we can put on massive totals. That would be a good test going into the Australia series, etc., and then into the World Cup. Khalid, will Magala not play in third ODI? Is going to CSK. I'm not 100% sure. As far as I know, that that are the players that are playing in the IPL, the players that are in this series will not play in the IPL until they get there. Quintercock and KG, some WhatsApp group, same WhatsApp group, my opinion. Both have lost their passion playing for their country to some degree. Both have millions in the bank, and that, in my opinion, has led to what we are seeing now. I could see that with KG, but with Quinny, I've seen a difference in his attitude. And when he goes out, he seems very upset and disappointed, which wasn't there before in his eyes. There wasn't that fire in his eyes. He didn't look happy at behind the wicket. He's joking around, flicking up the ball. He looks happy in this team. That's a change in Quinny's attitude, definitely, I think. I think the second because there is some rain forecasted. I haven't looked at the weather report to be honest. Someone said yesterday in the preview that it's looking quite good weather in the Wanderers. Neil Govender says, I didn't say he wasn't good enough for the team, but you're using a 25 game sample size. The greatest player, but I'm not. But you're making it seem like I'm saying he's the best player ever. I didn't say that. I just said that he's in good form currently and he's our best ODI player currently. Whether it's 25 games, whether it's 30 games, whether it's 50 games, the facts are the facts, and he's doing decently at the moment. But, and I just want to see energies matched. Support him, be behind him, believe in him, give him that confidence going into this series. Would you not want your captain to be 100% in a great mood, in a good space going into this World Cup with a nation behind him, rather than criticizing him, even if he does well? I just don't understand that. It's like constant criticism with him. But when we talk about other players, we run home about them when they score runs or they do things. So I just think that the energies need to match. Give Ntemba credit when he does well and criticize him when he does poorly. But don't go so extreme at both ends. I mean, that's all. Miller crying that his batting didn't come today. Just joking. TT, Harley, do you think we can get KG and Nokia to improve or start bowling Yorkers before the World Cup? Because we don't really have great Yorker bowlers like Stark, Bumrah. You know what? I think this has got to do with game plans. And I think this has got to do something. This has got to do something. This has got to do with the team's game plan going into these matches. Because I believe that, because I've seen Anrik Nokia and KG bowl Yorkers in the past and do it brilliantly. For in the IPL, I mean, some of the Nokia's fastest ever deliveries in the IPL were in swinging Yorkers to Josh Butler. I mean, he dismissed him with an in swinging Yorker as well. So they can bowl Yorkers. It's just that I don't think that they are. I don't think that they're implementing that game plan. We need to utilize that ability a little bit better. I saw a couple of good Yorkers from Marco Jansen today. I saw him bowl in the death for other teams as well, especially in the IPL as well. So I hope that when they do go to the IPL, that we see them practice those things, because sometimes they get given that responsibility at the death. Both KG and Andrich in the past. Whilst I'm still trying to bash them, but geez, this is ridiculous to be honest. Give credit where it's due. Awesome knock from Bavuma, says Tex. Andrich should bowl with the new ball and KG after power play. Markram snatched Bavuma 100 today by playing so quick. The real test of Temba will be performing against Australia. Of course, it will be. If we agree that our best players are not in it for us, we have already lost this. We agree that our best players are not in it for us. We have already lost this. In Australia series, in Australia or South Africa, um, eish, let me check. This is Australia. Someone is probably going to beat me to it and say it before I even get there. Um, 2023. I think it's here actually. Yeah, it's here. I think it's here in August. I think 2023. They come here. Um, First ODI will be at Supersport Park. Second ODI is in Supersport Park. Third ODI Newlands. Fourth ODI Wanderers. Fifth ODI Borland Park. And then we play three T20s as well. Did someone beat me in the live chat to it? Lorenzo probably. No, no one did. Andrich is by far best, 100%, far best bowler in all formats of the game. He's more value than KG at the moment. He is. For Tani, the next match is Gorav. So do we have a better all rounder at 7? Get the feeling we are focusing on Janssen and Parnell at 7. Janssen slightly ahead of Parnell, and still don't feel he's good enough at 7. What other options? There aren't many other options actually, to be honest with you. The only other option would be a spinning all rounder and calling someone new into the team, like maybe a George Linder. Evan Jones hasn't really showed enough consistency at the domestic level, but he could be a number 7. Vian Mulder hasn't really shown the consistency and ability to be able to play that type of role. So I think Marco Janssen's the closest number 7 that we have to the type of batter that we need there, that can go out there and be explosive. Khalid, will Kutsia play in IPL this time? Will he be back as someone's replacement? I'm going to ask him and find out for you, and then let you know. I'll let you know sometime. For me, who is rooting for the team, I'm so discouraged. Discouraged from what are you discouraged from? Neil Governor, this is the Proteas team that is actually a team. Obviously, there are no superstars in the team, but there is talent and hard work. We may not have great players, but we have a great team. Supersport are finally showing IPL. Yes, they are. That was confirmed today. What you're saying definitely makes sense. Hopefully, Rob will utilize Yorkers in their game plan if it allows. Khalid, you're a big fan of Stubbs, but you can see he's average. He's so hard to watch and get out cheaply. Brook, Green, and Gill are the best young batsmen in the world, and Stubbs isn't close. I'm a big fan of Stubbs, but I haven't advocated for him to play in every single match. I agree that Rob sees him as a backup, and I think he needs more opportunities. I'm basing my fondness of him based on his performances in domestic cricket and watching the way he approaches the game. So I am a big fan of him, but I don't think he's 100% fully ready to be that player for us. We've got enough players in that top 6. Neil says, but they will win a World Cup. Sport has only one important criteria: winning. I agree with that, and we need to give this team a chance. It's a new regime, it's a new team, it's a new team culture. So we'll have to see. I've answered that already. Feel Rob will rest players in the next match. I don't want to specific. I don't think he will. We need to win that game. I don't think it will be smart. If he does, I'm going to criticize him heavily. Markram can become Kohli of RSA if he bats at 3. Janssen is quality. I'm actually starting to warm up to the idea of him playing ahead of Barney in white ball cricket, especially if they will persist with playing the all-rounder at 7. I'm glad that you're seeing the light, Lorenzo. Will ICC be preparing the pitches for the qualifiers and the World Cup, or is the association's responsibility? Because I think this will have an impact on which squads we select. I think that it will be the ICC will have a massive say in how the pitches are prepared. I think it should be like that, and I think it's been like that in the past. I don't think we're gonna get rank turners like the BCCI would like, but even in ODI cricket, really, and in T20 cricket, I don't think the Indians favor spin either. They don't really bat well against spin in the white ball arena either. So I don't think they'll prepare those type of wickets. They've got a lot of fast swinging bowlers as well that they would want to utilize. Will Stubbs will go this year World Cup in India? Um, I highly doubt it. I think this is our best 11 that they are settling on. That series against Australia will allow us to see who the manager who the coach really backs, and if it, and we'll start to see who our best 11 is. Khalid Wanderers ODI is a must win, 100%. Pink Day has great memories for us. Hopefully, it gets better. It has amazing memories for us. Although I think the last Pink Day we played, I don't think we won, eh? So I'm hoping that this one we can recover from that. But South Africa's record in pink ODIs has been excellent in the past, but it's just the past. It's a new regime, it's new players, so you can't really look at the stats from that perspective. I don't tend to like to look at stats when it comes to teams and win ratios, because I think that doesn't really tell a story, because it's different teams in different times. So looking at a team's win ratio overall doesn't really tell you much about how they're going to perform in the future. Um, it depends what players are playing. It depends how they're playing, etc. 320 will probably be the pass go in India later this year at the World Cup. Absolutely crazy. Um, Oh, that's why I like the idea from Kani that said earlier on you would like to see us bat first, because I would like to see if this unit, can bat and put on 300 plus on the board. So if we do win the toss, let's challenge ourselves. Let's try and put a big total on the board and try to defend it with these bowlers. Everyone looks more positive these days. They do. KG took a 5 in the last pink ODI, says Tex. Oh, sorry. Yes, we won the last pink day against Pakistan. Khalid, will you cover the IPL? I will cover the South Africans in the IPL. So in between whatever else is happening, I will be doing streams where we talk about the South Africans that have performed. I do that every single year. I've been doing that ever since the IPL started. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it as in depth as I am going to probably do it now, because now I can watch it, because we almost got had a scare yesterday where we possibly couldn't watch it. Glazers should stay. They shouldn't. SA lost against Pakistan. Yeah, the last ODI. I remember that we didn't win the last pink ODI. Does ICC announce World Cup schedule? Have they? I'm not sure. In 2021, says Anuj. Was it in 2021 that they lost to the Pink Day? Okay. Could have asked Spurs fan, I agree, Grazes Jureva. But that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That means that they need to leave then. If you are advocating for them to stay over there. But yeah, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. It's quite late. I'm tired. Been a long day. I'm gonna try to get up nice and early for you guys tomorrow. Try and get the prepare for a show at 10 or 11 o'clock. So stay tuned for social media and stay tuned to YouTube for the notification on when we go live for the preview show. That's the Pink ODI preview as well. And then I'm also going to be playing you guys a little interview, audio only, because the Rock Nation's president didn't want to be seen on video over stream. He would have preferred it in person, and he was in London, so I couldn't really meet up with him. So we're going to be putting the audio interview out tomorrow. Off the topic, but I'm worried about Free State cricket. The only way they'll recover is when they get the SA20 team. They're in shambles at the moment. Khalid, when will you come back up to Gauteng? I don't know, eh? Perhaps for the Australia series. That's maybe a good idea. If we can make some decent money, guys, the rest of this year going into August, then I'll come to watch the Australia games in Centurion and Gauteng, etc. The only problem with that will be um, the games in between, coming back here to Cape Town again in between. I'll see what I'm gonna do, but I'll try to maybe come back then. I also just want to come up to Gauteng just to relax and spend some time with friends and not go for cricket only. I only ever go to Joburg and for cricket. I never actually go just to enjoy Joburg. So yeah, maybe I will sneak in a trip to Joburg soon. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Sorry about the previous mishaps with the previous stream. Please click subscribe, click the notification bell for all future videos. Please smash the like button as well, guys. I need you guys to please do that. Put the thumbs up on the video, smash that like button. Also, comment, share, and also become a Patreon today to help us promote and grow South African cricket. And if you guys want to also help us grow so that we can continue doing what we are doing here at Cricket Fanatics Magazine, please become a Patreon today. Um, there are some people that cards declined and stuff like that, and their Patreon, they lost their patronage. Um, so we have decreased with the patrons. Regards to the patrons, we lost some patrons over the last couple of months. Um, due to the cards declining, etc. So please, guys, get involved with the Patreon account. Also, go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all regular updates. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another preview show. Remember, it's going to be in the AM tomorrow, around about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. So please support us and tune in for that. I would like to see what you guys have to say in the live chat. So have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your weekend as well. And also enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out.